Whenever I tell someone I'm the captain of Shoemaker's speech and debate team, their reaction is, "Oh my gosh, so you do what they do in the Great Debaters?" And a part of it is like a little bit, but in reality, no. It's not on a scale that big, and most of our events take place in classrooms with one judge, and it's not that many people, and it's never on a stage unless you're a national champion. So today I will discuss the different types of debate, the different types of speech, and the other fields in the National Forensics League and the UIL and what I do. So my main source of credibility is my experience. I've competed in debate. I've competed in prose interpretation. I've competed in the academic field and taken those tests in the UIL competition. So I'm pretty experienced at a captain. So first, let me talk to you guys about the two categories of debate. The first category I want to talk to you guys about is Lincoln Douglas debate, aka LD debate, and it's when one person is against another, and there's one judge in the back of the classroom, and they're just watching you the whole time as you guys are alternating your position. And pretty much all you do is you have to write before you go to the competition, you have to write an affirmative case, and you have to write a negative case. And pretty much all the cases they're just persuasive essays, and they have to be about 5 to 6 minutes when you speak them. So they're pretty expensive um, cases. And then LD debate argues value. So you could value like love, or you could value money, but that value has to be intertwined in your case, on both cases. And you can have different values per affirmative case or for your negative case, it doesn't matter. And this year's resolution for LG debate is resolve. The Citizens United versus Federal Election Commission 558 U.S. 50 2010 ruling undermines democracy in the United States. So with that said, you have to research. Research is very important when you're debating because I don't know what this topic means. No one else knows what this topic means. So you have to research. Like when you're giving your case, you have to provide your definition, and then you have to just know what the topic means before you can even create your case. And the next type of debate is cross-examination debate, and that's when you have two people against two people. And this is in cross-examination, it argues policies, and yeah, and like I know like if you make it to state, you get to argue in front of the Supreme Court and whatnot, so it's pretty big. And CX debate is what you saw on the Great Debaters. So, then this year's resolution is resolved. The United States federal government should substantially increase its transportation infrastructure investment in the United States. So that again requires a bunch of research before you start your topics or your cases. So now that I've talked to you guys about debate, let's move on to the different speech categories. So there are three different types of speech categories under the UIL academics. The first is prose interpretation, and that's when you pick two pieces, your A category and your B category. And the authors have to be young, so they're born in 1960s to the present date, and they have to be about the news, some type of news story. And it's pretty much acting. It's just you can't move your body. So it's just like you have a black binder and you prepare your speech and you open it, and it sounds like acting. You can move your upper body, but you just can't move your lower body. So that's the difference between acting and prose interpretation. And your pieces have to be 5 to 7 minutes. And yeah. And then the next category under speech is the prose interpretation. And it's just like prose interpretation, it's just that it's poetry. It can't be prose. And the two categories, one is the thematic, and you can have your poems based off love or whatever. And then the next category is the contemporary author, or contemporary poet, I should say. And then you have the extemporaneous speech, and that's when you come with a tubload of news articles, and you have 30 minutes to speak about a random news topic, and you have to prepare a speech without a note card in front of a judge. And the judge is normally like the separated speeches are normally held in like the band hall wherever we go, and or the cafeteria. So and the news it can go from the international news to local news, so you have to be well versed and stay on the current news and watch it a lot. And then now that I've talked to you guys about this is different types of speech and the debate categories, I want to talk to you guys about the academic tests that we do provide under the UIL speech debate and academic, I guess. And that's when if you're afraid of public speaking, you can take a test, an academic test. And the different categories are accounting, calculator applications, computer science, current issues and events, literary criticism, which I'm also completing it this year, mathematics, number sense, ready writing, science, and social studies, and spelling and vocabulary. So those are a bunch of tests that you can take, and if you don't feel like speaking. So now that I've talked to you guys about the different branches of the UIL speech debate, I hope you can have a better understanding of what we do and maybe try it